What's up everyone, it's your bro, Once Pro here. In today's video we'll be looking at how to do basic editing with Rockstar Editor. Uh, there is more advanced editing with the cars and planes, where the character keeps moving and then you have to follow the vehicle or the plane while it's moving, and then doing like the static shots while the car is moving as well. So that is more advanced. If you want to see that kind of video, just put it down in the comments and then I will make it. But today I'll be just focusing on more static shots where the character is just walking around, which is much more easier to do. So before you get into the editing, you want to go into clip management and sort out your clips. So for example, if you did 3 takes of one scene and 2 of those takes were wrong, you want to delete those so you don't accidentally waste your time editing the wrong one. Or if you think that one of those wrong takes might be okay, just rewatch them, and then you can also mark them as a favorite, which ones you want to edit, which ones you don't. So you can just quickly go through that and choose your clips which you want to use and which you don't, and that way you will just save your time in editing. What you'll be seeing me doing is when I'm saving the clip, I'll be using numbers instead of typing out what scene it is. So for example, saying like driving car down the road or something like that, I just simply put in a number. So what I do is on my desktop I create a shortcut to the edited videos, because if you have to go through your C file, go to GTA 5, it's kind of a long process. So I just put it onto my desktop. So you go to videos and rendered. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube if you don't know how to do it. So yeah, just search for how to find rendered GTA 5 videos from Rockstar Editor, and then you will just find it there. So as you can see, I'm using numbers, for example 400, 500, 600. So for example, this is like my 6th project, let's say, and then I created 32 clips into that 600 mark. So today I will be putting 700 number, so it will be 701, 702, and depending how many clips I did. So just so you understand how I'm doing the clips, and you can do the same. So you can start from 100 and up, and so on and so on. So let's get into it. Let's create a project. Also, what you can do, you can create a final project in a Rockstar Editor, so you can put all the clips together and render it out. But I will not be doing that because there's Rockstar logo for first 5 seconds of each clip when you render it, which we don't want in other videos. If you want to promote Rockstar and so on, yeah, you can do that. But if you want to do it more professionally, you want to remove it, you want to then edit it on your computer, or if you're already using computer, then you just want to edit it separately using other programs such as Sony Vegas, Premiere Pro, and whatever you want. I think if you want to use a free version and a much more simpler editing program, I would recommend Sony Vegas. You can get that for free. If you watch some YouTube videos, you can get even older versions for free easily. So yeah, just look it up and you can get it. But I'll recommend Sony Vegas because I'm using it and will be using it in other tutorial video. Alright, enough of me talking about the Rockstar Editor. Sorry, Sony Vegas. And let's get into it. So I create 2 clips here, but I think we'll go with this one, and we'll just create first clip. Alright, let's talk about camera angles. So first of all, let's wait for 5 seconds. So let's say 5-second mark is here, right? So when we render the video, the first 5 seconds, sometimes it is less, sometimes it's 3 seconds, but 5-second mark is the safest one. This is where the Rockstar logo will appear in top left corner. So if you don't want to have that logo, make sure that you keep in mind the 5-second rule. So even when you start recording of your scene, you start recording with the Rockstar Editor, count to 5 seconds, and then start your character movement or whatever you want to do with your scene. And then once you are rendering, again editing, then 5-second rule. Alright. So let's get into the editing. So you go into cameras and you want to go into free camera and edit camera. and then you just want to simply arrange the camera however you want. Okay, so starting with the simple things. When you're creating a cinematic shot, you always want to keep the camera moving. You don't want to be creating a static shot because it will be just boring for the viewer. Just like imagine that you're just standing here and everything is just moving around you, and it's kind of boring. So let's just play it like that with the camera. So the character is moving towards us, right? Once he decides to move. Or actually, let me do it differently. Let's actually fast forward the camera to where he's starting to move, like that, and now let's drag this and make the clip smaller, and let's double check if it's 5 seconds. Yes, 5 seconds, 11, so brilliant. Alright, so he's static shot, right? He's coming towards us. Which is kind of okay-ish. If you want to make it really simple, don't want to do too much editing, that's it, yeah? Alright, cool. But if you want to create it more cinematic and more interesting for the viewer, you want the camera to be moving. So let's say that for this shot, we will be moving towards the character. So we have our first camera angle here. Let me just make it a little bit better. I'm in a shot here because, yeah, I was recording for my friend. He didn't want to use the Rockstar Editor, so he asked me to do it for him. So I was just around the corner and I was editing, recording him, and I'm editing it for him. Also, what you need to keep in mind is that you have a radius, how far you can go with the camera. When you're on foot, the radius is big. If you're in a car, the radius will get smaller, and then if you're in a plane or helicopter, it will get even smaller. But we'll get to that in another clip, which I was using helicopter also, so I will show you what I mean by it. But yeah, just keep in mind that you have a radius when you are filming, because you can't go outside, up or down, so yeah. Alright, enough of that. Let's go into my character here, camera, and we're gonna be moving forward. So let's play clip forward, coming towards me, and let's say just about there. I want the camera to be in his face. So we create another camera mark, big M on the computer. It will say what it is on Xbox and PlayStation in the bottom right corner to add new mark. Alright, so we're gonna select this new mark, go to camera, go to edit, and then we're gonna go towards our character. And let's say that we want to stop around here. And then we're gonna go to our first camera view. And we're gonna go to blend mode. And we're gonna put smooth. Sometimes linear is better, depending on what kind of action it is, like how you want to follow, if you're going from one camera angle to another one and then moving in a certain way. It is for more advanced editing, but for now just click on smooth. If it's too jumpy or jittery or something, then go to linear, but smooth should work just for the simple stuff. And it's just the camera is just moving much more smoothly and it's not jumping around. Alright, so there we go. Actually, let's move it a little bit longer, and let's also, so he stops around here. So let me edit this camera one more time. So you can always come back and re-edit the camera. So if you do something wrong, you can always come back. Alright. Cool. So let's watch it again. We are moving towards him. And that's it. Okay, now it's doing another action. So let's move back a little bit. I'm using the left and right arrow keys on the keyboard. I think it'll be left and right key on the D-pad on the PlayStation and Xbox. Okay, so let's add a new camera angle. And you also always want to add another camera angle and start a new clip, because then the linear camera or smooth camera will then make a jump. So let's say, well, let's do it wrong so I can show you what I mean by this. Hopefully it will be showing it wrong and I'll not do it correctly. So let's edit the camera. Let's say that we want to go from then really close up like that. and then we're gonna move away, just like that. And then let's move this as a smooth, and let's also click this as smooth. So then what should happen? It's a bit more jumpy around, so if I also do it like that, show it a little bit better. It keeps moving, which we don't want. So if you want to cut it, you make sure that this is not smooth as well. Make sure that it doesn't. This one is just normal, none blend mode. And then you want to create a new blend mode, and then you put smooth, and then this one will have nothing again. Because if you just keep creating, then the camera will just be messing around. So always make sure that's the case. So if now I play it, it stops, and then it just starts with a new camera. If it doesn't sit together perfectly, like continuity or something, don't worry about it too much, because then you'll be editing it again in Final Edit. So if you're using Final Cut Pro or Sony Vegas, or if you're editing on PS4, I can't remember which one it is that you're using, guys. But yeah, if you're doing Final Edit, don't worry about the continuity or how smooth it is. You can always edit it out and cut it however you want. So this is just the basic cinematic move like that. So I'm happy with that. There's nothing else going on in this clip. So yeah, we are following the script which I showed you in the previous video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out, because I'll be showing you how to film it properly, everything. But yeah, let's continue with this. So we want to save our project. Did I save it or that didn't? So save it, and then we're gonna go 701. So our 7th project and first clip. And then we want to export it. We want to have 60 FPS and rate. Let's keep it like that. And we'll export it. When you want to do more advanced stuff, well, before I go to that, so check the top left corner, right, the logo, and it disappears, and then we jump into the shot. So yeah, just keep that logo in mind. Yeah, if you want to do more advanced editing with movement, for example, if you're doing car race or just action scene, you can edit the video clip just like we did with the first one, maybe twice or 3 times, and add extra camera angles. So if you can't add all the shots and all the angles in first edit, you can also go again and re-edit the video and then just rename it as a different video, so 702, 703 or whatever, and then in the final edit you can just choose all the angles you want if you want to create more advanced. But for today, let's just keep it simple. But I'm just saying that there are options to do it multiple times and make it more nicer, because if you just do one simple camera angle, it's just gonna be boring for the viewer. So yeah, we're just creating a music video, which is not that hard. It's just something simple. You can go crazy with the music videos if you're making those. You can create lots of stuff. But yeah, with this one it's just more simple, and it's just like doing action with like hands showing and all that stuff. I will show you the final video at the end of the project. So next video I'll be showing you how to edit in Sony Vegas, and then I'll show you the final edit. Alright, so let's check what he's doing here. He's just pointing at the ground. So let's say from here he's doing that. Stopped around there. So we don't want to be going straight into him showing at the ground. We want to make it a bit more interesting. So let's say that we start from here. Again, 5-second rule. Drag it down. Let's double check. That's 3 seconds. So I need to add 2 seconds. Nearly there. 5 seconds exactly. Let's just add a bit more, tiny bit more, just to be safe. Alright, we're gonna go into camera, edit camera, and now let's look what we have around here. So we want to go for a little bit more like not too dodgy plays, but a little bit not too nice, just so we create car park scene, whatever. And what I'm saying, this is kind of catching my eye, so maybe what we can do, let's say that we want to finish here, around here somewhere. So let's move up like that, go up, and let's start like this, right? So we are focusing on this pillar, whatever that is. Let's play it through, and create a new camera angle, and go down. The reason why I'm going up like that because because if you do like this and you move forward, then you're gonna move forward. If you want to go up, make sure that you're facing up, go up or down, so then you don't move out of the position. So I think we went a bit too low, You will learn how to use this over time. At the start, it might be frustrating, like what am I supposed to do with this? It's not going where I want it to, but you just get used to it. Let's say that we want it to be here, just for now. And let's make it smooth. And we're moving down, which was pretty too fast. That means we want to extend this, so the longer you make it, the slower it is, the shorter you make it, the faster it is, the camera movement. So if we expand it like that, there we go, it's a bit slower. And I think this is perfect. And we finished the action right around here, so there we go. If you want, you can even make it slow motion, so if you go to speed, you can make it 50, 35, 25, or you can make it extremely fast to 200. But we don't really need slow motion, this is too slow. But if you want to make it even slower in a final edit, then you can do it in Sony Vegas or Premiere Pro or other editing programs, so you don't have to worry too much about slowing it down in here, because I'm happy with how it is here. But if your project requires slow motion, then go ahead and do it. Because if you do slow motion now in Editor, then you can slow it down even more in final edit. Okay, so let's have that. Number 2. Export. And again, top left corner we have a logo. Wait for that to disappear. And then we cut to the actual shot. It's just more enjoyable for the viewer to watch the camera moving. If you just do a static shot and him just here, just pointing down on the ground, it's just a bit boring. So this is why we're just creating simple camera shots. I'm not going too advanced in this video because we don't really need to. We could, but for this kind of video, which is very not simple, or slow, it's not too advanced, so we don't need to go crazy about camera angles and stuff. So 1 or 2 camera angles are fine. There will be one, what am I doing here? Yeah, there will be one clip where I want to add more stuff. More camera angles, but yeah, we will get to that. I recorded this like 1 or 2 weeks ago, so I can't remember what we did in here. Let me actually skip through it. Alright, so we're doing no action here. So let's start from... Okay, so if we're doing like this kind of like no action, we want to make it more personal for the viewer, depending who it is aimed at. But some actions you want to make a bit more obvious or more personal. So yeah, for example, this action, like no, we want to be zooming in onto the character. Alright. Cool. I think we chose this as a background. So, okay, that's cool. So let's start close. Let's get even closer when it's doing the action. Camera, boom. So you can see I'm just going quickly through it. There's not much to this. Let's make it smooth. So creating music videos is much more simple than creating actual film. When it comes to filming, then it can be a bit more tricky. I'm not sure about the last part, if I want to keep it like it's going with the finger down, like that. Or maybe keeping like this and adding another camera angle to it, so we can do it like that. Add a new start thing to it. Is that turned off or not? Yeah, it is turned off, brilliant. And then let's say that we want the camera to change. Bam. I think let's go like that. I don't know, I'm just improvising on the spot. Okay, so we want to create that. Can't do that. There we go. Okay. It would be better if he would have eye contact to the left, to his right, to our left, whatever. So we want to kind of do it like that. And then let's make it smooth. So what we'll have overall with this kind of camera angles, like that, he's saying no, and then changes when he's doing that with the finger. So it's a bit more interesting and changes the camera and a bit more eye-catching to the person watching the video. Turn 3. So we should have 18 clips in total, so we are on the third one so far. I might be cutting the videos out, which are not as much interesting, but if you want to watch it all, I might keep in and you can just skip through the parts that you already know or you don't need, and then you can just focus on the stuff that you actually want to watch. Okay, so what are we doing here? Well, this is the one that we wanted. Now I'm confused. I'll just double check because we had 2 shots. Okay, so I kept one. But do your action. There we go. Stuff around here, and then it ends here. Okay. 5-second rule. There we go. That was actually perfect. Okay, I was thinking maybe to do something with the flag and the theme park in the background. So we have the flag going on, and then we kind of want to move down to his action. Yeah, don't judge the scene too much. GTA is a bit limited with the props what we can use, and it's just went together with the song that we want to use, so yeah. Oh, did you spot the problem that we have in a scene? I give you 5 seconds to figure it out what might be the problem with the scene and what we need to change. You found it? The cars. Our cars are in the background, so we completely forgot about that. That means I need to change the camera view and go like this instead, unfortunately. So yeah, make sure where you park your cars and then just double check that you don't have them in a shot or whatever you're using. So always, yeah, make sure what you have in the background. That means then I will have to move this a bit like that. There we go. I think it's a bit too much to the left, so let me just adjust this slightly. Let's go a little bit higher. There we go. So even a simple edit can catch you out by what you have in the background. Alright. I think I've done a couple of shots on this. I think we decided that this will be the perfect one. I think I'm gonna start from here. Alright. Be nice. I think we decided to go for a night show, but now I'm thinking maybe morning show would be nice with the sun, like going through the trees or something. But it's okay like that as well. Okay, let's go a bit more for a cinematic show. So let's use this flowers or whatever this is. Yeah, flowers. Let's go with flowers. Wild flowers. Ugh. Okay, there we go. So what we want is like that. And then what we'll do, move towards the character like this. Hopefully I'll be going through that path like I want it. Okay, so that's fine. Let's make it smooth. If it makes smooth, I make it linear. I don't know, sometimes I prefer linear, it's a bit better, but ugh. It will do. Well, what we can do, we can make the flower show a bit longer. So let's delete the smooth path from here. Drag it up a bit. Actually, yeah, no, we have to do it from here like that. But then what we do, move the camera a bit back here. Like that. And then what we can also do is, okay. You can always play around with the cameras and all the settings. Moving a bit late on this one. When I'm already in a motion, there we go. So. And just to finish off, don't know if I'll use this another camera angle, but just have another thing. You can do it like that. Okay, so now what we want to do is move with the character, right? So we're gonna go on character, camera, and then we're gonna move with target. So player, no, player is me, my bad, player 1. So if you're recording yourself, you want to go with player, and then if you're recording someone else, then you want to have player 1, 2, and how many people are recording. So now we will be moving with him. So let's do it like that. Fine, just like that, and then also what we want to do is zoom out with the camera. Don't know about the tree, I think we'll be going for a tree, but let's just see how it goes. yeah, we're going for a tree, so we can't do it like that. If you have enough practice, you will already know what will happen, just like I did with the tree. Then we'll go through it, but yeah, a bit better. Okay, cool. Let's keep it like that. And then 5-second rule. 15 seconds. There we go. 9. Oops. If you have any questions, just put it down in the comments and then I'll try to answer or create another advanced tutorial video and then put it in for you to watch. But as I said, I'm just doing it basic and then just using what is around me. For example, those flowers and the water that's going on the ground here and all that stuff. So you can decide on a scenery before you start recording, and then you can just make it a little bit more sexy while you're editing it, and then finish it up with final touches in the final edit. And also adding color balance and all that nice stuff to make the color pop out more and make the video look even sexier. Alright. This video, this part that we're trying to record, if you record yourself, you will see the champagne bottle dropping on the ground. When I was recording my friend, the bottle didn't drop down on the ground, it just disappeared. But if you record yourself, what will happen? The bottle will drop down and just roll away. So if you want to create a nice cinematic shot, you can we'll be doing the shots now of him drinking, and then you can add another camera just following the ball on the ground, just rolling away. So I'll show you how to do that, and we'll just pretend that the ball is there. But it's a shame that we don't have that shot here, because I've done it for my video and I wanted to add it into his video as well, but unfortunately it is not going to work. Because the Rockstar is a bit limited of what the Rockstar Editor can and cannot record, unfortunately. Bit more. There we go, it's getting more hot and hot in my room. I'm having 25 degrees. In a few minutes I'm gonna have 30. Alright, so if you're hearing the fans in the background of my PC, it's because it's just too hot in my room. Alright, there we go. Alright. Actually, let's do like that. Not too much of a ceiling. There we go. So you want to finish here. So let's actually go from his face. Eh. Alright, now gonna switch the camera. Boom. We're gonna go. Hopefully we'll do it like that. Or I'll show you something more advanced. Ooh, okay, hold on. Let's just play the clip through. Okay. I will try to do this now. So let's follow the ball, yeah? So let's say that we want to follow the ball. Camera. No, I forgot how to twist the camera. Roll option. There we go. Ooh. Hope I don't make it dizzy, guys. There we go. Now, oops, sugar, wrong one. Alright, so now we want to do camera angle by... this is gonna be a bit painful. You have to, each frame by frame, follow the ball. If you want to make it a bit more sexier. So this is one of the more advanced camera tricks that you can do. I think on this one we'll have to go linear. Don't know if smooth will cut it, because I think it'll be too jumpy. I don't know how it will look, how it will play out, but let's just try. See how it goes. I should be getting paid for this. Doing it for free. Oh great, reset the goddamn angle. Press the wrong key. Even that can happen and it's really annoying. Okay. Roll a bit more. Okay, I think that will do. Shall we add one more? Let me just double check how it goes. Let me zoom in more. Thank you. Jesus. Okay, it's trying to be a bit more jumpy. Don't like that. Where am I? Okay, I'll just add one more, just to be on the safe side. Ooh. Ta-da-da! This is why I don't like Rockstar Editor. Like, it's amazing, but it's just too much work. I just want to edit it fast, but yeah, you can create some crazy and nice stuff with it. I'm not going to lie. Alright, and then what I want is straight away change it to another camera angle. So, sugar. Okay, we want to straighten it up again. We've done it first time, sometimes it's really hard to get it there. Alright, so what will happen is make all of them smooth. Please work. Sometimes it doesn't work the first time and then you have to re-edit all the camera angles to make it work. Make it all smooth, smooth. I think I will keep that as it is. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, it's jumping too much. Object collision. I think what we need to do is go a little bit further out. I think we are colliding too much, so let's do like that. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. That just happened. Alright. Okay, so Rockstar Editor also doesn't like if you're too close to the object. It will just collide with it and then it will just cause you problems, just like it did with me. Come on, let me change the camera angles. Thank you. Okay, one more. Okay, there we go. Please work. Nah, still no sound. Frustrating. Despite slow motion. That's smooth enough. Change it to linear, maybe that's the problem. I think that's the problem. That's nothing. There we go. That's working now. Then the final one we want to do is maybe zoom out. Create a cinematic background again. The palm trees. Was moving too fast. Maybe not as far, because I was just moving too fast. Also, we want to keep the ball in hand. He drops it like that. Still colliding with something, but it's working. Just, yeah, it's working fine. So whatever. Here's our shot. Boom, boom. And there we go. Alright, now, as I mentioned before, the ball rolling, right? So he's standing here. So that's where normally it appears. And it should appear around here, in this spot. So what we want to do then is go like that. Imagine that there is a ball and it's rolling away. Create another camera angle, camera, and then we can just follow the ball, or you can follow the ball and look at the character. So you can just go a little bit low and then look up, also on the floor. So let's have the character just like that. And then also let's create it smooth. Something like that. You can play around with the camera angle to follow it, because I'm just imagining that the ball is there. I don't know which angle it's going into. If it's going like this or there. So I'm just improvising. But yeah, if you just follow it like that, it's simple like that. So first angle, focus on the ball. Create a second camera angle where you want to finish. And I'll make that smooth and it'll just follow it. But as we don't have the ball here, there's no point in keeping this. And let's make him walk away. Boom, simple as that. So this part was a bit longer, but I wanted to show you what you can actually do even if you do more advanced stuff. It can drive you crazy sometimes when you started doing more advanced things if they don't work out the first time, so the smooth is not always working. It's better to choose linear, and then it just doesn't clash too much with the object or the character or whatever, because it doesn't want to create a smooth movement. It can actually jump from one camera angle to the other one. It's just much more easier for the engine to actually follow, if that makes sense. And if you want to make that slow motion, you can do it in Rockstar Editor, or you can do it in the final edit, but I think I'll just do it in the final edit if I need to. I don't really want to be making too much of a slow motion, depending on how fast I want the scene to be moving, because it is music video. Music video, you want to be switching from one camera angle to another one rapidly. You don't want to be stuck on one camera angle for too long. So that's why I'm not including any slow motions here. Oh, it's there. Alright, this is the most exciting part. This was created on the spot. Originally, it was supposed to be just a couple of cars blowing up maybe on a car park, but then when we were looking for the scene, I just think of it on a spot, like, yeah, let's use a gas station. And then if you want to create action scenes and do a crap ton of explosions, this is the perfect spot. There are a couple of gas stations around the city, and also there's one on a motorway going outside of the city on the right hand side, which is also big and cool. So yeah, you can include that one, but we chose this one, which will do for this shot. Alright, so what we will see now, I'll just play it through. It's him walking away from the gas station, and then the car is just blowing up behind him. Alright, so on my screen, it launched him forward and he like done a front flip, but on his end of the screen, he was just walking away normally. So sometimes the connection or whatever you see on your screen and then on the other person's screen, I don't know if it's just the connection or just how the game handles what you're seeing on the screen. But yeah, he was just walking normally. For me, he did a front flip. When you are recording, then it's up to you if you want to keep that front flip like it rolled, or if you want to cut it out. I think we'll be cutting it out because of the music video. We don't want him to be doing front flips and almost killing himself. So I will show you how to patch that. So let's say that the explosion is starting to appear from here. So we want to be having it a bit more cool. So let's go from here. I'll explain what I mean by having cool. So we don't want to be going straight into the explosion. Let's put it that way. We want to have the, let's say, calm before the storm, you know? So he's walking away from the gas station, nothing too special, and then boom, surprise, big explosion. Alright, so on this one, I think we'll be moving with the character. Or, actually, you know, let's just keep it like that. Think about how to make it a bit more sexy for you, so you can learn new tricks. But I think let's keep it like that. Okay, this is a bit too soon. Let's have it a bit more cool. Add another camera angle. Boom, boom, boom. And then he's launched away from here. So what we want is create another camera just before he gets launched by the explosion. Okay, so let's make this smooth so we can see what's going on. Alright, and now to create more sexier, we can add camera angle on the action, what is actually happening. So we can go from, let's say, here. And then let's go to our character like that. Ooh, no. Okay, I have a different idea. I just spotted what we can use. So this car is going to be flying now, right? So let's use this car. It's our main thing. And let's follow it out. A bit more because you can still see him doing a front flip there. A bit more because it stopped there. Come on, buddy, keep walking. There we go, that's more like it. Camera, boom. And then what we want is when is the explosion happening? Now let's change it back to him from maybe this side. And we're gonna move towards him. This might be too long for the scene, but I'm just making everything out of this shot so we have more footage to use later on. I think this will do. Make it smooth. There we go, so we have that final explosion of that gas tank. Alright. Let's make it a bit more tighter then. And also let's finish in front of the character to make it a bit more nice. And then the final one, let's make him move. I don't know if he'll not mess up the cinematic one, but move with target, player one. There we go. So there we go. That's more like it. Before I render it, let's just look at this again. So as you can see the explosion, you can break it down in cinematic shots that you want in your film. If you don't want your character to be in there, like you just want to have those cars exploding, you can add as many camera angles as you want. So without messing this one up, actually just add it in. What if? So camera angle, and then you can just go from the first car exploding, make sure that you're closer, because I was on the other side of the road because he was walking towards me. So I was focusing more on him being closer to the camera so I can reach him and still be far away so I can create more of a cinematic show. But I decided to start a bit closer, a bit like that, so it's not too far, because he's wearing a black outfit, so if I go too far then he'll be just blending, especially if I add contrast balance and all that stuff. But yeah, let's scrap that. So yeah, if you're creating more of action scenes, you can go from one car exploding, you can actually like tilt the camera, like we did with the champagne bottle, and you can just follow it, and then you can also then change to another car, or whatever you want. You can just play around with the Rockstar Editor, with the camera angles, however you want. So if you want to see that kind of editing, put down in comments and I'll create that kind of editing, but this will just do for this kind of clip. As I said, I just want to keep this as simple as I can, because I don't want to be spending too much time on it, and it doesn't really require that much of editing because it's simple music video, and the lyric wise is not going crazy either. You can create videos for lyrics, like what the lyrics actually mean, or you can just create videos to go with the song in the background and ignore the lyrics. So there are multiple ways how you can create videos for the songs. But yeah, this song is just gonna be simple. It's nothing too crazy, as I said before. So I'm keeping it extremely simple, and I'm just trying to show you some extra stuff so you can learn as we go along. Alright, so now we have the more difficult part, and this is why we did 3 shots of it. The helicopter and the planes, they have smaller radius in which you can record, as I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. So let's start with this shot. I don't know how this will play out, because I was having a tree here, and they're sitting and standing down here in the bottom left corner, if you can see through the play bar. But I didn't know how far off the radius is, so that's why I was kind of struggling, and that's why we took it. Yeah, that's why we took a bit more of shots of this scene, because I didn't know how far I can go, so we'll find out now. So let's go camera 3, and then let's go in radius. Actually, we can go pretty well, yeah. Can't go too crazy. Or maybe the radius is the same, but because the helicopter is much bigger than your character, then you're still too close, and it's just making it a bit more painful to use. So what we wanted was to spin around the character, and I think they're afraid of the helicopter because I was flying too low. Alright, so let's just add in the camera angles. So we are spinning this way, spinning this way. Oh, we're gonna have a collision with the goddamn tree. I can see already. Go forward. Because what we are actually trying to achieve here, if you're watching, looking at this and not understanding it, we are trying to go in circle. Because of this show, we wanted to go like, he was supposed to be standing in the middle of the people and going like circle, but because of the problem with the helicopter and all the camera angles, we were not sure how to do it, and I had to be above so I wouldn't be in the background, because we are going in a full circle, and then if I'll be just standing there, I'll be visible. I mean, I could have blended in. Yeah, but if you're recording yourself, let's say, it's easier. We could just stand in the middle of the people and then just make a circle. But if you're recording someone else, like I was, then it just makes it a bit more harder to do. I have no idea where we have finished by. I think this will do. Okay, so let's make all of them smooth. Let's see how that plays out. I think I will have that collision with the tree. Hopefully not, but it's a simple fix if it does collide. It's just taking a bit more time. So this one, I think timing-wise, it's gonna be... Yeah, there we go. You want to keep those gaps as similar as you can, because then if you have one bigger, one smaller, then the camera will be jumping, like once it's going too fast, once it's going too slow. So just also keep that in mind with the timing, like you want them to be as much same space between each other as the first one. I think we are slowing down a bit at the end, but it will kind of create a nice kind of finishing motion when it's like slowing down towards the end, so this might work. Well, yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's extend that a bit. That one jumps too much. think it's because of the camera angle. I think we need to create one more. Where is the first one? The first one is here. The second one is here. Also, let's create one more to finish off the circle. Sometimes just adding extra camera helps, so it doesn't jump around too much. Let's play one more time. It's not a perfect circle, but yeah, it will do. You can also always play around and make sure that it's perfect and smooth like going in circles. Like you have some faster and slower parts, but it will do. So maybe I'll not use the entire circle, maybe I'll just use this part like here. Going like that and that's it. And maybe make it slow motion. Like making a whole circle. So that will do. I have no idea what this scene is about. Always do no action towards the girl, okay. Right, I'm gonna be melting in this room soon. Alright, cool. So it's doing no action towards the girl. Yeah. So let's then introduce our character. No action. Pulling out, wink wink. And then what we will do is then change the camera angle towards the girl. With the finger. Something like that. Make this shorter. Make this longer.
I like it.
So something on those lines. Something nice and simple. So introducing character, saying no, and to who? To the girl. So showing her face as well. There we go. Yet again, if we wouldn't have that girl standing there in the background, we could have went from that massive yellow logo and going down towards the character, maybe turning other way around, depending on the scene. So if you have two online players doing it, so you could then set it up better. But let me show you what I mean by this. So I just don't talk in with the black background. Yeah, let's create a new one, whatever. Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad. That's the one. Alright, so let's say that you have online players or you're doing it differently. Or the online, or the character is actually standing here facing the other way around, and then your character, imagine they're other way around, so your main character is here and then the girl is here, so he's facing that way and she's facing this way, and then let's say that they are standing over here on this spot here. Alright, so let's say that we want to make it a bit more exciting. We can go from here create another camera angle going down, and then introducing the characters. So this could be more like an opening scene towards your video, if you like. So we're going from like that, but also, yeah, let's make it slower. Like that. Or if you want to make it for opening scene, where you want to have your like credits like written by or produced by or directed by or whatever, or just normal opening scene, you can have it like this. Simple building, so you don't need to have any people down here, you just have a simple building, and then it just zooms out, and then you have a nice cinematic intro video for your film, your music video, or whatever you want. So yeah, there's so many options that you can play around with. Okay, so in the next video we'll be focusing on editing in a final edit kind of thing. So I'll be using Sony Vegas Pro. If you want to get that, go ahead. You can find a free version. I paid for mine because I have the entire thing, because I use it for work. But yeah, you can get a free version of it. I used to use a free version before, and it is doable and it's very good. So yeah, and also if you want to see more advanced editing, I will make a shorter video of that, and then we'll go into like one video and do the most advanced stuff that we can do and that you can follow along. And yeah, so if you want to see more advanced video editing or Rockstar editing, put it in the comments and then I'll make that video. But for now, this is it from me, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you'd like to see my future content, make sure to follow me on Twitter for instant notifications. Also, if you want to be more connected and have a say in my future videos, join me today on Discord. You can message me or even join a voice chat. All the links are in the description. I shall see you in the next video. Peace.